So sometimes I feel like Ajay Devgan of that Drishyam, because I've been saying 3rd Feb ever since we decided on the date. So it's like even if you wake me up middle of the night, I'll be like 3rd Feb. So I love watching those kind of things. I love meaningful stories. Stories which have an impact, but at the same time are not preachy, which Dominos is all about. It's about women empowerment. It's an entertainer, and the underlying theme is women empowerment, but we are not preachy at all. So everybody's going to come, watch, enjoy it, and not feel like, we were trying to give a very strong message or anything. They'll take the message if they want to.
I can feel your excitement to talk about it.
Yes.
So talk about it. What's Dominos? What's the concept?
So
how did you bring the team together?
Right. So as I said, I did a lot of these short films, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, things are opening up, well, kind of, in Singapore, because it opened quite late. But let's dream big. If we can do short films, why not do a full-length feature film?
Okay.
And when I had that thought in my head, I couldn't sleep the whole night. I was so excited. Then I reached out to ZTV team. We've worked together on a lot of projects. So Runway Mom Season 5, Season 6, and now Season 7, the co-producers with me. We did Superstar Singapore, iVenture, a platform for entrepreneurs. These are all co-produced by Dreamcatchers and ZTV. And we did Bali Sagu as well, right? So when I had this idea...
He owns a restaurant here in Singapore, right?
Does he? I don't know. We did it in Monty.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did it there. And when I had this idea, I was like, I reached out to ZTV and I said, I have this idea and I want to make this full-length feature film and I want you aboard. And they're like, okay, sounds exciting, but we don't have a production house here. I said, no, don't worry, I'll manage all that. Okay, so we don't have experience in that. I said, don't worry, I'll manage all that. So they said, okay, so they got whatever permissions and all that they needed. And they came aboard as media partners. And then I started getting the team together, the writers, and who'll direct it. And then we had an audition in ZTV's office, and the directors chose the actors that they wanted according to the script. And slowly and gradually, it just started falling into place. It was like a big jigsaw which had to be arranged, and then the stories, the way they came in, had to be integrated to make it a full-length feature film. We started off with, okay, it'll be 90 minutes. But then the way it was going, it became 1 hour 55 minutes, which is finally going to showcase in Carnival. And it's been such an amazing learning journey. And I feel when your heart is in the right place, positive people get attracted to you. And when that happens, the team becomes phenomenal. And when the team becomes phenomenal, the product has to be good, right? Because everybody is coming with pure good intentions. Everybody is putting in their 100%, sometimes even 110%, because shoots and all are not easy things to do.
How did you go about picking the right people? Were you the one who was coordinating the entire thing? So you were let's say the producer?
Yes, I am the producer. Okay. So Dreamcatchers has produced this, and so once I got my team together, once I had the writers on board, and then there was this master integration team.
How did you find those people?
I had some writers in my mind because I'd worked with Timeless Tales. We produced Timeless Tales, so we had some writers there, and they're known people, and I knew that what I had in mind, the concept I had in mind, they'll be able to deliver. And some people were absolutely new to me, but then I'm an open person like that, right? I was willing to take that chance that, okay, they have experience, they have worked, I haven't worked with them, I don't know about them, but a friend is recommended and referred. We met, kind of clicked, and that's that, and they came on board. So, once new people come on board, you don't have a history of working with them. There are obviously some challenges in getting to know that person, what clicks for them, what doesn't click for them, how much time do they need, how much time are you willing to give them? Because for me, there was a deadline in mind, right? But creative processes, putting a deadline sometimes becomes difficult. So, and people have their own thinking process to it, right? No, I can't do it in this much time. I need more time. Or let me sit and think. Let me wear the director's hat and sit and think. And as a producer, you're like, yeah, okay, I have the space, I have the venue only this much time. So can you hurry up kind of thing? But it all came about so beautifully because, at the core of all of that was we are creating content. So instead of wasting our weekend sitting and watching Netflix or any other OTT platform, we are creating content to go onto these OTT platforms. Yeah. So that was the exciting part in the whole thing.
Did you already have plot in mind and then you asked the story writers to write a story, or?
Yes, so I broadly had a plot in mind that I want this kind of content to go with this kind of content to go with that kind of content, and a little message to go this way and that way. And they did a fab job. They did a fab job of writing it. Then Malay is the screenplay and dialogue writer. He did a fab job of putting those stories into the dialogues and the screenplay. We have an integration team of Sanjeev Verma, Himanshu Motial, myself, Malay and Rajit. We all sat together, integrated all of that so seamlessly and beautifully that it's like a flowing, full story. It's not bits and pieces, right? So a lot of hard work went into it. I had this idea in my head in September 2021.
I was about to ask, how long did it take?
So 2021, when I was supposed to be on a break because I'd finished doing Superstar Singapore, Runway Mom Season 6 and Timeless Tales. 3 big projects during COVID in 2021. So Himanshu was like, that's it. Now you're taking a break. Last 3 months, you're taking a break. You're not doing anything. I was literally actually burnt out, a lot of work and a lot of protocols to follow for all of these because COVID was still going on. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. But mind doesn't rest like that, right? So I had this idea, and when I had this idea, I got excited. So I started meeting people, and he's like, you're at it again. I'm like, no, I'm just meeting for a coffee. I'm just meeting this writer and just having coffee, just chilling, just, talking about it. And started germinating from there. All the work before the shoot started happened by March. So September 21 to March 2022, everything was done. Then we started our shoot with all the rehearsals in place from March to April. 3rd April was our first shoot, and we wrapped it up on 31st October. So weekend to weekend to weekend, and it was like from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. the next day again from 1 to 9 kind of thing.
And how does that work with the equipment and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we kept ordering more equipment. Our director of photography had his equipment. We ordered some more equipment. And when there's passion in the project, you don't mind investing money. Like you yourself, you were there, right?
But as you're saying, you also learn in the process and go with the flow.
You need this, you need that, you learn in the process. And this is a very different ball game. A full-length feature film from the short films we've made so far. And the quality of production, the way it's done. We have 90 plus people involved in this film. 90 plus people. If I actually start counting, it'll be about 95 to 98. But so that's the kind of involvement we've had from everyone. And the way people came about to help, office space we wanted, we were looking around. A very dear friend in Costa who said, okay, you can take my office. And it's a gorgeous office. You'll see it in the film, overlooking the Marina Bay Sands and stuff. And for almost 5 weekends we shot there. Then for a party scene, I needed a huge venue, and my friend lives in a penthouse. So I was feeling awkward asking, and she said, you need my space for anything, please go ahead. I said, are you sure? She goes, yeah, what's the big deal? Like, please use it. And her house is stunning, okay? And so we did our party scene there. It looks beautiful. Another friend offered her house. We shot part of it there. So people are so generous and loving and forthcoming, with help and everything. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Yeah.
So great. So you found people, through your sources, through whatever you could cobble together. You were open-minded in terms of taking whoever was there. They just needed to have the talent. They just needed to bring their talent together. Organized this, pulled all this together, got a team of 90 people, took it across a few months, finished the movie. Quick snippet of what's the movie about.
So it's as you see the poster, you will figure out there are 4 women in it, right? So it's a story of 4 women, how each one's life has a domino effect on the other. And that's how the name Dominos comes.
Nice.
Yeah, and so there are 12 lead actors with 4 women leads in it, and total cast and crew is about 90 plus people. Fascinating part is everybody is in this project for passion. They all have day jobs. They are working with banks.
I was about to say that.
They're working with banks. They're with Meta, different industries, school teacher, so many different backgrounds, right? And even our core production team, we had students from LaSalle, who hadn't done this before, the art direction of it and all. We have very dedicated school teacher who's the assistant director. Another very dear friend of mine, who's a choreographer. who's an assistant director. And so Sanjeev Verma has experience in this. So he gave classes and trained everyone. Himanshu knows the sound and everything. So the sound engineer was trained on the job. So everybody was willing to learn and contribute and have fun, and it was like a three-legged stool. You learn, you have fun, and you contribute. And who doesn't like doing that? Everybody, I feel, I'm constantly learning. I'm a student of life. Today you teach me something, I'm learning something on Insta from my daughter, right? Like, how do you put a link on this? How do you do this? And then, she'll tell me something. I'm like, yeah, this I know. Oh, cool, mom. I'm like, yes, this I know. I'm doing marketing myself. I know things.
I need to learn that as well. After having been a musician with original songs, I have like maybe a couple of hundred followers. but back to the movie. So it's about the domino effect, and the protagonists are basically 4 women of different age groups, at different phases of their lives.
Right.
But it also has a message.
Yes, it does.
Tell me about the music of the film.
Music.
Yeah.
So the original song, there's one original song in this. It's written and composed and produced and sung by Himanshu Motial.
Okay.
And the entire background music is done by a professional back in India.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
we have like so when I'm saying 95, doesn't include the post production, which is like a huge team back in India.
God.
So we have a person on sound, on Foley, on the background music, and then the entire editing team taking care of the color, DI. It's a huge project. It's a huge project. With so many people involved.
You watch any movie and you go to the end titles and you see, my God, it takes like hundreds
Keep scrolling,
of people.
scrolling. Yeah, it does.
So that's
it takes a village to make something like this, and I'm so blessed and fortunate that this whole thing came about. So it's like Almighty catching my dream and then sending His angels to help me do it. So that's how this is about. Like, see, you and I have known each other for so long, right?
Yeah.
But then the way this interview has come about is fascinating,
Yeah.
and we're sitting and talking about Dominos. I didn't even imagine, right?
That's the thing. But again, thank you for coming out and having a friendly conversation. When is Dominos releasing?
So we have a grand premiere on 3rd Feb at Carnival Cinemas. 6 p.m. is the red carpet event. So everybody's going to be in gowns and dressed well because why not, right? It's a local production, local artists. There's euphoria and excitement. So I tell everyone that, you'll see a Shah Rukh Khan and a Salman Khan anytime. But to see your people, your friends who you see in an NTUC and a Giant on the big screen, that's a different kick, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
6 o'clock is the red carpet, 6:30 is the film, Carnival Cinemas, Golden Mile Tower, Beach Road, and Dominos is the name, and 3rd Feb. So sometimes I feel like Ajay Devgan of that Drishyam, because I've been saying 3rd Feb ever since we decided on the date. So it's like, even if you wake me up middle of the night, I'll be like 3rd Feb.
Great, all the best for Dominos, and I'm sure it's going to do well. Thank you so much for being here, and maybe we'll continue the conversation at another point of time. All the best again for Dominos.
Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much.